Hey guys, today I want to show you how to make a super targeted categorized lead list so that we can make our messaging super personal when we're doing outreach with Orange Slice. So the first thing I want to do is just get a list, a target list of generally who I'm trying to go after. So right now at Orange Slice, we're doing a push towards RevOps, GTM Ops, sales engineering, marketing ops, that sort of role, like executive revenue management roles. So I'm just going to get a list of people into the sheet. So let's say find Web Ops, Marketing Ops, GTM Ops, and Sales Ops people that work at Series A through C companies. And generally, I think when you're going with like a specific company filter, you're probably better off starting with the companies. So just start by getting a list of Series A through C companies into a sheet. And then we can sort of find the RevOps people from there. Now, the real important thing is that we're not just going to find RevOps, GTM Ops, Sales Ops. We're going to find them, and then we're going to do detailed classification onto each of them so we can put them into different buckets and then tailor the outreach into each bucket. Awesome. So you can see we now have a list of Series A through C companies in the sheet. Awesome. So the chat's just saying when we're ready, we can get the GTM Ops people. So let's go ahead and kick that off. Yeah, let's add the column to find the GTM Ops for each of these companies. Cool. So you can see that the Orange Slice chat created the RevOps and GTM contact sheet, and this is where they're going to be populated, but it also created a column. Now, what this column is going to do is find the RevOps people at the company and then push those people to the new sheet. So you can see we're using the Find Employees tool, and we're adding rows to the RevOps and GTM contact sheet. So it's going to run a few sample rows just to see that everything's working correctly. And now it's going to prompt us to run all the contacts for all the rows. So let's go ahead and click approve. And you can see over here in this sheet, we already have 3 of the RevOps from one of the companies, UpGuard. So you can see the chat went ahead and ran this entire column. Cool, and now it sorted the sheet based on the companies it was able to find the RevOps people for. And if we go to our RevOps and GTM contact sheet, we have our list right here. Now comes the important part, which is that we don't just want to blast generic outreach to all of these people. We want to segment them into smaller groups. So I'm going to ask the chat, can we think of 3 distinct groups to categorize these people into in order to have different buckets for outreach messaging? And I'm going to put us into plan mode. And the chat's just basically look at the data and try to help us come up with distinct groups. Awesome. Now you can see the chat came up with 3 specific groups to categorize these people into: strategic buyers, operational champions, and practitioners. So let's leave plan mode and say, you can see it's already suggesting us to add the contact group column in order to categorize these people into 3 buckets. So let's go ahead and do that. Orange Slice went ahead and created the column. And you can see we're using AI to classify. And now it's prompting me to run the entire column. Let's go ahead and run that. Awesome. You can see it's almost done here, where now we have our 3 distinct groups: strategic buyer, operational champion, and practitioner. So what this is going to allow us to do is to bucket these people into different messaging categories, and then we can tailor outreach depending on the person. Awesome. Now you can see Orange Slice went ahead and sorted the list so we can see them in their distinct buckets, and it gave me a summary of the count. So quick summary, that's how we found a list of Series A through C companies. Then we found a list of everyone that works at those companies in RevOps, GTM Ops, or Sales Ops, and then we categorized them into 3 different buckets in order to tailor our outreach to them. From here, I can export and put it into my favorite messaging tool like HeyReacher instantly, and then go from there. Thanks for watching.